How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Riders of the Storm here. Quicksilver here, going to do a deck profile on what are we playing? Starboardhunter. Infernities. And how do Infernity players play? Where are their hands usually? All right, let's get it started, man.
All right, so first up, triple Infernity Archfiend. He starts everything. You top deck him, no cards in your hand, which is how the deck is played. You special summon him and search out another Infernity card. He's your rank 4, or he's your setup for rank 4s. To go along with him, triple Necromancer. He's a little 2,000 defense point wall. You go straight to defense 1 when you normal him, and if you have no cards in hand, you can special 1 Infernity from your grave. Except Necromancer, so these three, they're always, that's always fun. And then next up, I run double Stygian. You dump them in grave with Foolish, Chain, any way you can get to dump them in grave. You can banish one of them to special summon a fiend with 2,000 or less attack from your hand. You know, these guys. He's also a little beater because he burns for the level if he manages to kill anything. I run 2 Summoner Monks because I do run a sizable spell amount and a lot of level 4s. So they first turn, you know, Summoner Monk, a spell. I can pump out a Laval Chain easy. Sometimes I go farther than that. I run 1 of each of the Terrible Twosome, Armageddon Knight, and Dark Grepher. I have seen builds that run multiple of Grepher, multiple of Armanite. 1-1 is probably the best one though. Armageddon Knight's just a Foolish. When you normal summon him, you just send a dark monster from your deck to your grave. Dark Grepher, you have to discard 1 from your hand first, which can actually be better because you can put 2 darks in your grave instead of just the 1. If you end up with monsters in your hand that you don't need, I'd rather have Grepher than Armageddon Knight. And then for the only 1-of monster, I run 1 Archfiend Heiress. She just came out in Judgment. Her effect is when she's sent to the grave by battle or by card effect, you can add 1 Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. So if you send her with Grepher or Armageddon Knight, you can add in Infernity Archfiend to hand if you have the Stygian engraved to special summon him. She helps out the consistency a little bit. So that's it for monsters. I run, what is that? 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 11, 13 monsters, I think.
That's a good monster count.
Yeah. Not too big. You find them when you need them. Next up for the spells, I run the Half Hoban, triple Upstart.
The Half Hoban. Where's the triple Reckless Greed?
Nah, man. It just helps get through the deck faster. My Upstarts are old, too.
You know what? That's fine. Whatever gets the job done, man.
Triple MST. Because this deck doesn't like back row.
That's I find kind of ironic.
Well, we'll get to my back row.
That's kind of true for everyone's back row.
I run double instant fusion. It's a Summoner Monk ditch, if nothing else. I run a target for level 3 and level 4 for it. You can just help out with XYZ plays if I need it. For the 1-of spells, I run 1 Archfiend's Palabyrinth. It's another Archfiend card that came out in Judgment. Gives all my fiends 500, and it can act as a transmodify for an Archfiend monster. So you just banish another fiend, and you can special summon an Archfiend. You target 1 Archfiend you control, banish a fiend, and special 1 of the same level. So target Infernity Archfiend, banish, I don't know, Archfiend Heiress, special summon another Infernity Archfiend from deck, get its effect off. the shenanigans ensues. I run the 1 transmodify mainly because I tested it at 2. It's nice when you have it. Other than that, it's not really needed. For the limited section, Infernity Launcher. Probably my favorite card in the deck. You can either, if you have an Infernity monster in your hand, you can discard it once per turn with it. And if you have none in your hand, you can send it to your graveyard and special summon 2 of them out of there. So, more Archfiends. Whatever. Dark Hole. Rhoda for Greffer and Armageddon Knight.
For those 2 targets, I'm telling you, man, you gotta up that up to super, bro. It's totally worth it.
The Foolish. This is a newer edition, Book of Moon. It's helpful sometimes. Especially since you quick play, you can set it, disrupt your opponent a little bit more. How many spells do I run?
Enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, Kitty Showdown.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spells.
15 to 11?
The spell count's a little higher because of Summoner Monk.
That's true.
And you set everything anyway, so I do run a lot of quick plays or spells that I can immediately use to get rid of something. Now for traps, which tend to generate a lot of hate for this deck. Triple Infernity Barrier, or as these guys know it, the Nope Brigade. Infernity on board. In face-up attack position, Infernity on board, no cards in hand, negate anything.
And when he says everything, he literally means everything.
Super Poly, because Super Poly is stupid.
Super Poly is best counter trap.
I run Triple Break. I've been thinking about putting it down to 2 lately. No cards in hand, banish 1 Infernity card out of your grave, so a monster you don't need, a dead barrier, launcher, whatever, and then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So it's just more destruction power. Double Mirror Force for when people actually manage to get an attack off, because I'm very good about stopping those. One-ofs, I run the 1 Archfiend's Roar. You pay 500, special 1 Archfiend out of your graveyard. It specials Infernity Archfiend. You can get its effect off, you can use it to XYZ if you need to. It's destroyed during the end phase if you let it sit long enough, but normally it doesn't. Then just staple traps, the 1 Bottomless, the 1 Solemn, the 1 Compulse. I don't run Torrential because I generally have enough field advantage that I don't want to destroy it. That's it for traps.
The first card in the extra deck, I'm digging it. Looks nice.
Now for the extra deck. Labavel Chain. Really good in this deck.
Because top decking.
This extra deck is all rank 4s, or almost all rank 4s. There's a couple of rank 3s. Top deck Archfiend. When you draw it, next turn, Archfiend's effect goes off, shenanigans ensues. Or, if you already have Archfiend, send Stygian from your deck to your graveyard. Send Eris from your deck to your graveyard to get Archfiend. It works. Most people run 2. Me being the poor high school student that I am, I can't get my hands on the second one right now. Next up, probably the next most important, or one of the next most important cards, Double Diamond Direwolf for even more of that destruction. Because why not? He's also, if he gets Veilered, he's 2,000 attack points to run something over with. Rank 3s, just the important rank 3s, just kind of in the middle here. Double Leviar. Special summons you're banished, so if you banish Archfiend, or mainly it's used to get Stygians back out to recycle them because they end up banished a lot. Or you can use it with if Archfiend got bottomless or if you banish it for break because you have nothing else, you can get Archfiend back. Yeah, it's Synchro, which I ran for a little bit. The Synchro build can get away with 1. XYZ needs 2 because you do a lot more with them. One-ofs, pretty much the rest of the extra deck is one-ofs. Ouroboros, because I can make it. Key Beetle to protect things like Necromancer. Barrier is always fun to protect. Maestro because he's good. Cowboy because he'll finish off OTKs. Black Shippercorn because he's really good for things that can't really be destroyed. Like Zen Mains.
Zen Mail.
No.
Zen Mail.
Mail.
This one I'm not exactly proud of. Evil Swarm Nightmare.
Girdage.
He's just kind of here to fill out the extra deck.
What does he do?
He's really good.
When your opponent special summons a monster, detach 1 to flip it face down.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad. This could be a second chain, though.
That could, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This one I pulled, and I am really proud of it. Shark Knight.
Can you show it? That ulti. There we go.
I pulled this out of my second pack of.
Honor Arc.
No, whatever. Close enough. I pulled this out of my second pack of Legacy that I bought, so that immediately went in here. The only other rank 3 I run, Zen Mains. I've gone into this maybe twice.
Zen Mail.
I've only ever gone into Zen Mains when I have nothing else. And then my 2 instant fusion targets, Flame Ghost and Darkfire Dragon.
Main, you need the Cayman Wizard.
Whatever.
Mail.
Because you can't bottomless the Cayman
You
Wizard.
need Sandwich.
That is mine.
I got some questions.
Sure.
What do you like about the deck?
It's all based on luck, really.
Zen Mail.
That's probably my favorite part of it is it's all based on luck. It's what you can draw when you need it. There is also a lot of skill involved about grabbing what you need when you need it. One of the bigger jokes about this deck is that everything you do is a misplay no matter what it is.
He does got a point.
There's normally something you can be doing better.
Like running Zen Mail.
I swear to God, you say Zen Mail one more time.
How consistent do you think this is? Is it pretty consistent?
Not
It's consistent
for
enough.
Zen Mail.
It's consistent enough.
It's consistent enough. I mean, sometimes you just won't get because you play without a hand. Sometimes you won't get the draws, and you'll lose because of that.
Needs to run Zen
I've
Mail.
also FTK'd people with the right hand, and even with the wrong hand.
Now, what do you like about the deck? Or not what you like. What don't you like about the deck? Or what would you change if you could?
More launchers.
That doesn't directly change the ban list.
Directly change the deck. If launcher could go back to 2, you always run as many launchers as physically possible. So if launcher went back to 2, or God forbid launcher ever goes back to 3, yeah.
So there's nothing else you would like to change about the deck besides the launcher.
Not really. I mean, there's a couple of cards I've been meaning to pick up. One of them is Zero Max, which is their form of Monster Reborn, which also would it destroys anything with less attack than the monster. Unfortunately, because of that, it causes Archfiend to miss timing for his effect. So you normally grab Necromancer to grab Archfiend. If I was still running the Synchro build, Doom Dragon, their big 3,000 beater, you can bring that out with it. But I've been meaning to pick a Zero Max up. Other than that, there's not really much I would change about this build. It's pretty close to the one that topped Tinley Park, the Tinley Park regionals. But yeah, I wouldn't change much about this.
Alrighty, that is Starboardhunters Infernity decklist. Riders of the Storm signing out. Ooh rah.
Hoorah.